Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to just start off by saying I was going to start this conversation about the process and where we started at, but I do feel that I need to make a statement based on things that have been said by previous speakers. We all here care about all of the kids in this state of Michigan. I find that comments that have been made have been disrespectful to this institution and to some of the members' families in their communities. I just want to say that publicly at this point in time. This process started 2 years ago as we had a bill that was moving forward, and that bill was a simple bill, maybe a page or two. And in that, it was basically, we're going to retain students. That's what had happened. What ended up happening is somebody reads the report, says third grade reading is important, we all agree with that. And then we're going to introduce a bill. And so the question is, we looked at that research. Third grade reading is important. So why didn't we look at all of the other experts that talked about third grade reading, what needs to be done, and what interventions need to be done? I do believe that we have brought in a lot of good ideas into this bill, but I am concerned about how we are funding this. If you talk to any expert, talk to any of your ISDs, they will tell you that they have not achieved and received enough resources in this budget that we just passed. It might get to 45% or 50% of the need in the intervention. So if you are really serious about solving this problem, why don't we fully fund it? We gave you an opportunity to add more money to this, to actually keep this so we could actually have every student that needs the resources and the intervention be given that opportunity. Earlier this week, as we worked, again, side by side with you, side by side with this members here, we wanted to look at a few things. The first is a gross injustice that was done by the Court of Appeals. Groups of families in Highland Park sued their school district because their children were not at proficiency levels and could not read. The courts told us that guess what? Parents don't have a right, and they don't have a right to sue. We asked you to put language in this to give the parents, if they don't feel the system is working for them, the ability and opportunity to sue their school district, to sue the state, to allow us to actually make those changes. Why don't we want to give the parents the tools that they need to move their education forward in their communities? That court case, the fact that we actually have legislation that says there is a right to know how to read, there is a right to education, we did not give them the opportunity, we did not give those families the opportunity. So we spent all day here yesterday. And what were we fighting for? What were we asking for? We were asking for you, in the majority, to give us more tools for parents. One of those was that opportunity to hold their school districts accountable. The second thing we asked you to do was allow the parents to be part of the process. We said with an individualized reading plan, allow the parents to work with the school district to make that decision on whether or not you retain the student. And what did you tell us? No, the parents don't matter in this equation. It doesn't matter that in second grade and first grade we have an IRP, that we're moving that process forward, that now the parents don't have any right, any say in the conversation between that and the school district. That was what we were asking for. It would not have removed retainment, it would have still had retainment in there. The simple thing that we asked for was to have parents involved, parents engaged, and have them part of the process. So yes, this was a bipartisan conversation, but no longer is it a bipartisan conversation. You might get one or two members, but you will have people that spent hours and hours negotiating, looking at best practices. They're going to take their names off of this bill. Why? Because you would not allow the parents to have a say in the educational process of their third grader. What are we saying? That automatically we will do this, that the state of Michigan is going to tell you to do this instead of the parents and the school district? So a group of legislators out in Lansing are going to tell the families what is best. And that's why today I think many of my members were ready and hopeful to support this initiative, to support this bill. They've been working day and night on this bill. But today we can't, many of us, support this, because what you've done is taken the families and the parents out of the equation. I can only hope that the Senate will look at that issue and put it back into the bills. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.